Hello everyone, this is Tut, and I'm here to cover the new details on Telltale's Batman. Well, so far there have been 2 interviews that give us some thought on how this Batman will be presented and played and envisioned. Starting with the recent interview with Kotaku, co-founder and CEO of Telltale, Kevin Bruner explained, "Our Batman series is looking fantastic. I think it might become one of the best things we've ever done. I can't go into much detail, but the Batman team is amazing, and they really are on top of it. It's not like any other Batman game out there. This game really explores all aspects of Batman, not just the fighting and the suit side of him. There's a lot of subplots to explore and some really amazing choices that have a big impact on the story being told. I really think it might be the peak of the mountain for us so far." What could be taken from that short little statement is that this game won't be an action-based game, and that a clear narrative is the focus, as he remarks that they are exploring all aspects and not just one side of him. But of course, this little info is something anyone could speculate on. So now let's move on to the juicy stuff. Greg Miller from Kinda Funny interviewed Job Stauffer, however you want to say it, sorry if I mispronounced, head of creative comms, Kevin Bruner, CEO and executive producer, Pierre Charette, the writer, and TQ Jefferson, the executive producer, at South by Southwest, where they gave us clear first details on Telltale's upcoming new series. And they chose to dive deeper into the complex life and mind of Bruce Wayne, the duality of his own identity, and the struggle of responsibility in saving a city overcome with corruption and villainy. Alright, well, I'm going to break it down into 5 sections. The panel, story, characters, game mechanics, and the future. Starting it off as they open the panel with the teaser trailer that premiered with E3 last year, they of course introduced us to the faces behind the Telltale Batman experience, along with the picture of the game's script and the announcement that the game will officially premiere this summer. Moving on to the aspects of the story that they were willing to address throughout the panel, I snagged a couple things that were said, such as this will not be like The Wolf Among Us or Fables, where it is set in the comics, but still its own thing. So, pre-iteration version of any character, except for of course certain characteristics of the traditional characters, will be there. It will be the Telltale version of Batman, and will be original, with certain pre-existing history being reinvented. To compare this story of Batman to anything else, it will be more cinematic, in the sense of a movie, in that similar to a movie, there will be more Bruce Wayne than Batman. But of course, Batman will be prominent. When asked what books they have read when developing this game, they mentioned, well, of course, there is 75 years worth of material, but specifically name-dropped Batman Year One, The Dark Knight Returns, and The Court of Owls. Just like the books mentioned, adult, mature, R-rated themes will be in this game, just as they were in the Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us games. Pushing into character development, and specifically who will be in the game, they only confirmed characters are of course Bruce Wayne Batman, Alfred Pennyworth, Vicky Vale, Commissioner Gordon, and Renee Montoya. They also said they don't intend to dive too far into the Bat family. As to what exactly that means remains to be seen, but the vibe I got is that there will be no Robins, but maybe Easter eggs pointing towards the Flying Graysons, or Barbara Gordon being mentioned or shown in The Commissioner's Daughter, or perhaps a mention of the Canes being another wealthy family in Gotham could suffice as an explanation. No villains were confirmed. However, we know there will be multiple, which shouldn't be a surprise. But an interesting aspect that the developers mentioned is that for certain characters in-game, depending on the choices you make, could lead those characters down different paths, being good or bad. So you could in theory create your own villains, just as some say Batman indirectly creates his villains. To transition into the game mechanics, the decisions every player makes every episode could reshape the end of the game, by the time we get there of course, just as the previous games did with the other Telltale games. Such as was said in the game, there will be certain times and situations where you could choose to approach the problem as either Bruce Wayne or Batman, the suit and tie or the suit and the utility belt. They also commented on the art style being influenced by Jim Lee, Greg Capullo, Bob Kane, and Neil Adams, but it will be unique from all those as well. They described as being a living comic but not photorealistic, similar to The Walking Dead Season 1 and 2, as well as The Wolf Among Us. Lastly, the game will feature platinum trophies, since that was kind of a big deal with the previous Walking Dead Season 2 game, and a variety of new in-game Telltale features and gameplay mechanics will premiere with this game. Looking towards the future after this Batman game, there will be a Marvel game to be released in 2017 developed by Telltale Studios, but it's in very early stages, aka pre-development, and one fan asked them if there were any other DC characters they would be interested in making a game for, which nobody commented on except for the executive producer TQ Jefferson, who said Deathstroke, Green Lantern, and Darkseid would be very interesting characters to look in that view from. The host, Greg Miller, a big Superman fan, was saddened that based on the responses that there are no plans for a Telltale Superman game. As to why nobody else commented is a mystery, but could be a good thing because they probably are. Well, that's all the info from this panel. Leave your thoughts and speculations in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to Hybrid Network. Peace, I'm out.